And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
You are not alone, or actually the name of this game is called Not Alone. And this is one of the worst horror stories, right? That's in the future, and we need to repopulate, or not repopulate Earth, but find a habitable planet. We're on a spaceship, we land somewhere. This planet seems pretty good, except we're not alone. Some malevolent alien is there trying to assimilate all of us. Okay, let's get off the planet now. Oh, our spaceship's ruined? Well, hopefully not a spaceship will get here in time for us to get off. Okay, so that's a cool theme, and this is a one versus all game, where one player is going to play the aliens, and the other players are hunted crew members who are trying to just survive until the ship comes back and they can get on it. It's essentially a glorified game of hide and seek. Let's take a look. So one player is the alien who's trying to get everybody, and in front of them they're going to put 10 different cards. Each of these cards is one of the locations on the planet. So we have the lair, the jungle, the river, the beach, the rover, the swamp, the shelter, the wreck, the source, and the artifact. Each player, who's the hunted, isn't that a great term, is going to get cards that match the first 5 of the locations, and they're also going to have 3 will. So the game takes place over 4 phases, and these phases are repeated until one player wins. Either the hunted are going to win by getting their ship here, it's going to land and rescue all of them, or the alien's going to assimilate everybody and move their marker there. So there's 2 markers moving in. So each round of the game, hunters are going to pick a card from their hand, and they're all going to put it face down. They can talk to each other about the card they pick. I could say, I'm definitely going to number 1, or you can say whatever you want, as long as that's out loud and the alien can hear it. The alien then is going to take their alien marker and put it on one of the numbers. That's the number the alien's going to try to get people. The alien has 2 other tokens. These tokens can be played, for example, if they play this force field card, they'll put this target token out on 2 adjacent locations. They can also play this card here, which is the Artemia. This is the spaceship you came in on. This one you can put out if you have a card that lets you put it out, or if this token is on one of those spaces. So as the game gets closer and closer to finishing, the alien's probably going to be putting out 2 of these. The alien has these 3 cards that are faced up in front of them, and they can play one of these cards. Each card tells you what phase it's played in, and they can play 1 card per turn. And they're going to get a new card every turn. Each hunted also starts the game with special cards that are going to help you, but you don't get these back automatically. Now, after the alien has gone to a place, everyone's going to reveal the cards that they played. And at that point, we're going to see if the alien has caught you or not. Now, if the alien does not catch you, then you simply do whatever the card says. Number 1 is a place where you can get all your cards back that you've already played. Number 2 comes back plus 1 other card you've played, not all of them. Number 3, on the next turn, you can pick 2 cards, and after you see where the alien goes, you can decide which card you're going to use. Number 4 lets you put the marker on the beach, or if the marker's already on the beach, you can move it off and move the spaceship 1 closer. And number 5 lets you take one of these cards, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, into your hand that you have not taken yet. So this is another way to get more cards. And once you have these, the alien knows that you can go from 6 to 10. This one, when you play it, you play it and get 2 cards back in your hand, plus this one. Here you get 2 survival cards, that's these special cards, and choose 1 to keep. The 8 lets you move the rescue counter forward 1. That's really cool. The source, the hunted of your choice, someone else gets a will back if they've lost 1. Or you draw 1 survival card, one of these useful cards to have. And 10, next turn you can play 2 cards and do both of them. So these cards are all different cards you can play. But if the alien goes where you are, then you're going to take damage. First of all, you'll lose 1 will. You don't want to lose all your will, because if you do that, this is going to move this token. You're basically dead. You get all your will back, and you get all your cards, and you keep playing, but that moves the alien. Also, if the alien catches anybody, they move forward 1. Now, even if they catch 3 people at the same location, they still only get to move forward 1, but each person there will lose this. They also can't use the ability on the card. Now, when you go to a spot and the alien's not there, you can use the ability on the card, or you can not use the ability on the card and just take one card that you've played already back in the hand. Because once you play a card, the only way to get them back in your hand is there's 3 ways. One is to play a card that allows you to get cards back in your hand. Another is at the beginning of your turn, you can discard will tokens to draw cards back in your hand, which is, dangerous. Another one is to give up. When you give up, you get all your will tokens back, you get all your cards back, but it moves the alien one step closer. So after all these different things happen, and these different tokens will cause different things, you just go to the next round. And this will continue and continue until one of these tokens is here, and everyone wins, or the alien wins. Okay, so not alone, I love the theming of the game. It's fun. It's fun to play one versus all, and there's not very many one versus all. Usually, most one versus all games that I've played, either someone is playing some sort of dungeon master and people are coming through, or someone is running and everyone else is chasing them. In this case, this person's chasing you. It's almost like tag. So it's really kind of a curious game because when you play cards, you have to kind of splay them in front of you so that the alien can see where you've gone. And if I play a 1, 2, and 3, and I only have 2 cards left in my hand, the alien knows I'm going to a 4 or 5. So it's pretty critical for players to get more cards in their hand to give them more options. It's also pretty critical, though, to play the cards in the right order. You definitely want to play the card number 5 to get more cards in your hand, but you definitely want to go get that token on and off the beach as much as you can to move that chip home. But you definitely need to make sure you play those cards and give you your cards in your hand back. The number 1 card is probably the most interesting card because it lets you get all your cards back in your hand. Or, if the alien's not in your spot, you can do the action of the spot where the alien went. So the alien might say, I'm going to keep going to the same spot. You guys aren't going to be able to move the ship. That's fine. Then we go to 1, and then the alien, we get to keep using that power and move our ship closer. However, if the number 1 also says you lose an extra will if the alien goes there. So that's kind of deadly because then you're like, well, I got to be careful because if I play all my cards and save my 1 to last, like many of these games, I get to play it and pick my cards up, but if the alien's watching, they can say, I'm definitely going there. Sometimes, though, I might say, yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm going to number 1. So then the alien comes to get me, and everyone else goes and does as much stuff as possible. Now, so far in the games I've played, the alien has won every time, although it's been close, and I know the hunted can win. But I definitely would say if someone is new to the game, maybe let them be the alien, because usually in these type of games, the person who is the 1 has to be very strategic. And you have to be strategic as the alien, but it's easy. You're like, where did people go? And it's kind of fun just trying to guess, looking in their eyes. Did you go to 3? Did you? So I enjoyed this game. It's a rollicking romp. It was a lot simpler than I thought it would be. I know that the game's been getting some buzz, but it feels different, right? Like I said, there's many games where it's one person hiding from a lot. Here's a lot of people hiding from one, and it's, Ali, I'll come in for you. I'm going to find you, and I'm an alien, and there's that kind of quiet dread. The components, the artwork is beautiful in this game. It's a simple game, but offers a lot of play and can handle a lot of players. I like it. Dice Tower Judgment, approved!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.